Hands where I can see 'em. Get on the ground now. Marcus Bell freezes, half bent, grocery bags slipping from his arms. Cans roll across the driveway. His tailored jacket catches the red-blue strobe from the cruiser. Marcus, calm, but tense. Officer, this is my house. I'm just trying to open my door. Collins, save it. You don't live here. Step away from that door. The officer's tone isn't caution, it's accusation. Neighbors peek through blinds, a few phones already recording. Marcus, look, my keys are in my hand. You can see, shout the fuck up. Collins cuts him off, advancing with one hand on his holster. Drop the keys. Put your hands behind your head, you piss of shit. Marcus obeys, slow and steady. His calm is unnatural in a scene built for chaos. Collins circles him. Expensive car, sharp suit, new release Apple Watch. You steal that too. Or the suit came with it? Marcus exhales. I'm coming from work. I live right here. Number 38. Collins. That's funny, dispatch got a call about a suspicious guy casing properties. Guess that's you. He pushes Marcus against the hood of the car. Metal scrapes. Marcus winces. Marcus, you're hurting me for no reason. Collins. We'll see about that. ID. Marcus nods toward his jacket pocket. Left inside pocket. Collins fishes out the wallet, flips through. A platinum credit union card glints in the patrol light. Collins. Mockin'. Federal Credit Union? You trying to play government man now? Marcus's jaw tightens. Do your job, officer. Run the name. Collins snorts. I intend to. He radios in, spelling the name with deliberate slowness. Marcusbell. Run that. Marcus stands still, staring at the garage door of the home he bought 2 years earlier with combat pay. Across the street, Mrs. Linda Harris, retired schoolteacher, opens her front-facing camera. Lord, not again, she whispers. She knows. Marcus, he helped fix her mailbox once. She starts a Facebook Live. Y'all, look at this. That's Marcus Bell, they saying he don't belong at his own house. Within seconds, hearts and shocked emojis flood the feed. Comments scroll. Here we go again. He's a vet. I know him. Maybe it's stolen property, who knows? On the driveway, Collins keeps searching. Another cruiser slides in. Officer Jenna Clark steps out, hand on radio, assessing. Clark. Brad, what's going on? Collins. Possible trespasser. Claims he lives here. Clark. He got ID? Collins. Military. Probably fake. Marcus interjects, voice steady but cutting through. It's not fake. That card's been through more war zones than you can name. Clark studies him, a flicker of doubt. Sir, do you have proof of address? Utility bill? Anything? Marcus. Inside my house, where you're not letting me go. Collins chuckles. Convenient. The tension hums like a live wire. Marcus pulls a key from his pocket. This key opens that front door. Collins slaps it from his hand. Don't move. I'll pick it up. Marcus, you're wasting time. Collins. No, I'm doing my job. Clark glances at Linda's phone across the street, realizing the live stream is already spreading. Clark, quietly. Brad, she's filming. Collins. Let her. Maybe she'll learn what real policing looks like. Linda's viewers hit 5 digits. Comments scroll faster. Somebody tag the news. They always assume. Stay calm, brother. Marcus takes a breath that trembles only slightly. He's been through worse, but not like this. Not on his own driveway. Marcus. Officer, I served this country. 4 tours. Is this the welcome home package? Collins. I didn't ask for your resume, just proof you belong here. Marcus. My presence is the proof. The words hang, heavier than the silence that follows. Collins. Snaps. Turn around. He presses Marcus's hands against the hood again, patting him down roughly. A neighbor's dog barks. Kids peek from a window. The whole street is holding its breath. Collins lowers his voice, leaning close. Tell me the truth now. Whose car is that? Marcus. Mine. Collins. Registered to you? Marcus. Check the plates. Collins types into his mobile terminal, watching the data load. His smirk fades, but he hides it. The registration matches Marcus Bell at this address. Still, he doesn't step back. You could have forged paperwork. Clark. Brad, come on. It matches. Maybe he really... Collins. No. Something's off. Look at the suit. The car. Doesn't fit. Linda's voice carries from across the street. Doesn't fit what, officer? Collins whirls toward her. Ma'am, back inside. Linda keeps filming. No, sir. The world's watching tonight. The moment locks in like a snapshot. One man pinned, one officer posturing, a camera capturing every second. Marcus, you ever think maybe I'm the one who called 911 to report harassment? Collins, funny, I don't hear you laughing. His radio crackles dispatch confirming the vehicle and homeowner name match. Collins hesitates but masks it with sarcasm. Guess we'll double check. Stay right there. He steps away to whisper with Clark. Marcus straightens slightly, wrists red where fingers dug in. Linda's comments pour. They verified him. Let him go. He's innocent. No, he's too calm, something's up. The divide is digital and physical, neighbors watching through screens, some cheering, others doubting. Clark walks back, softer tone now. Mr. Bell, can you wait a minute while we clear this up? Marcus, I've been waiting my whole life to be cleared up. The line hits harder than he intends. Collins turns, eyes narrowing. What's that supposed to mean? Marcus meets his gaze. You already decided what I am before you even ask my name. The silence burns longer than the siren glow. Before we continue, please subscribe to this channel, like this video, and let us know where you're watching us from in the comment below. Let's continue. Collins stiffens, jaw tight. Justice? You want to talk about justice? Marcus keeps his tone even. No, officer. I want you to talk about proof. Before Collins can reply, another cruiser turns the corner, siren wailing low before cutting off. The arrival of backup sends ripples through the gathering crowd. Neighbors spill from doorways, pajamas, robes, coffee mugs half full. The quiet Crestview Hills street now looks like a low-budget crime scene. Only the man in the middle of it all isn't a suspect, he's a homeowner. Linda keeps narrating softly into her phone. They still got him cuffed, y'all. Even after dispatch confirmed his name. This is wild. Her video hits 8,000 live viewers. Comment after comment rolls up. Let that man go. Bro's too calm. I'd have lost it by now. Calm is power. Keep filming, ma'am. Marcus turns slightly to face Clark, who seems uncomfortable with how far this has gone. Officer Clark, can you please tell him the system cleared my ID? She hesitates. It did, but... F. Collins cuts in, voice raised. But we don't take chances. Not in this neighborhood. That last sentence lands like a confession. Clark flinches. Linda gasps audibly. Marcus studies Collins carefully. What's this neighborhood, exactly? The one I'm apparently not supposed to live in? Collins steps closer again, ignoring the question. You think you're smart? Acting calm doesn't make you innocent, Marcus replies quietly. No, but it keeps me alive. There's a beat of silence so sharp it could split glass. Clark's eyes dart toward Linda's phone. The stream counter jumps again, 11,000 watching. Suddenly, from across the all street, Howard Miller, the HOA president, strolls over in his golf sweater, clipboard tucked under one arm like a badge of authority. Officers, he says, puffing his chest. I just came to make sure everything's in order. We've had unfamiliar faces around lately. Marcus looks at him, incredulous. Howard, you waved at me yesterday when I was mowing the lawn. Howard blinks. Well, yes, but we can't be too careful these days. Linda's voice slices through. Too careful? He's your neighbor, Howard. Howard ignores her. Officer Collins, I appreciate your diligence. Some of us pay a lot to live here safely. Marcus shakes his head slowly. You mean to live here comfortably? I pay too. Collins smirks. Sir, calm down. Marcus fires back. I am calm. That's the problem for you, isn't it? A calm black man with a mortgage. Gasps ripple through the onlookers. A woman whispers, he said that out loud. Clark rubs her temple. Brad, this is getting out of control. Collins snaps. Control's fine. He's just being difficult. Marcus, no. I'm being detained on my own property for fitting your idea of suspicious. There's a difference. The line hits Linda's live stream hard. Comments explode again, 14,000 watching now. That man preaching. Why's that cop so angry? This needs to go viral. Marcus glances toward Linda, voice low but steady. Thank you for filming. People like you keep truth alive. Linda nods from her porch. We've seen this before, son. Not tonight. Not again. Collins rolls his eyes, muttering, Facebook lawyers. Great. He grabs Marcus's arm again, forcing him to face the patrol car. Clark steps forward this time, firm but careful. Brad, that's enough. He's not resisting. Let's just verify inside. Collins, protocol says we don't enter with a suspect. Clark, he's not a suspect anymore. The argument unfolds. Right there, caught in the live stream glow. Marcus stands still, head slightly bowed but eyes sharp, listening. The air thickens with the sound of murmurs, camera clicks, and digital notifications pinging from Linda's phone. Collins finally gestures toward Marcus's house. Fine, we'll check, but I'm going with him. Clark nods reluctantly. Okay, but I'll take point. Marcus doesn't move. You want proof I live here? The mailbox has my name, the deed's inside. And before you try to spin this, remember this is all live. Collins. Threatening an officer? Marcus. Reminding one. Linda chuckles under her breath. That man's got grace under fire. The trio walks toward the front door. Clark stays slightly ahead, keeping the tone professional. Collins follows, one hand resting on his weapon holster. The moment Marcus steps up the porch, he bends to pick up the fallen grocery bag, eggs broken, milk seeping into the concrete cracks. He quietly sets it aside. As Marcus unlocks the door, Collins mutters, "This better match the address on your license." Marcus, "You'll see soon enough." Inside, the lights flicker on. The living room is spotless family photos, medals in a display case, a folded American flag on the mantel. Clark stops mid-step. "Sir, these medals are yours?" Marcus, "Yes, everyone earned." Collins scans the room, frustration shadowing disbelief. "You could have set this up." Marcus, "You mean decorated my home in anticipation of being profiled?" Even Clark exhales sharply at that. "Brad, stop. He's not lying." Meanwhile, Linda's viewers are going off. "He's got medals. This cop's career is finished. Stay respectful, agent or not. They'll twist it." Marcus steps toward his kitchen table and picks up a utility bill. "Here, my name, same address." Collins snatches it, squints, pretending to read slowly. "Well, I'll be..." Clark, "Apologize, Brad." Collins, "For doing my job?" "Nah." Marcus studies him. "Your job isn't supposed to humiliate people." Linda's voice carries faintly from the doorway, still filming. "Tell him again." Marcus, "The chat counter hits 18,000 live viewers." Collins tosses the bill on the table. "We're not done here." Marcus tilts his head. "Oh, I think you are." At that exact moment, Marcus's phone vibrates on the counter again. The contact reads, "Fed, contact." The repeated calls finally catch Clark's attention. "Sir, that number's been ringing the whole time. You want to answer it?" Marcus, "You might want to do that for me." Collins scoffs. "Yeah, right. Probably your cousin pretending to be the governor." Marcus folds his arms. "If I were you, I'd pick it up." Clark hesitates, then taps the screen to answer. A clear, authoritative voice fills the room. "This is Director Monroe, FBI. To whichever officer has detained Agent Marcus Bell, release him immediately." The silence is suffocating. Clark's eyes widen. Collins's face drains of color. Marcus turns slightly toward the camera in Linda's hand at the door. "Stay tuned. It's about to get interesting. Before we continue, if you haven't already hit that subscribe button, drop a like, and comment your thoughts below. Because what happens next? It changes everything. Outside, 3 black SUVs pull up fast, headlights slicing through the crowd. Doors swing open. Suited agents step out, badges glinting in the porch light. Director Elaine Monroe steps forward, her presence commanding instant attention. "Officer Collins," she says evenly, "you're detaining a federal agent in his own home." Collins stammers. He didn't identify himself." "Monroe, you never gave him the chance." Linda's stream hits 25,000 live viewers. The crowd murmurs louder. Clark steps back, speechless. Monroe locks eyes with Marcus. Agent Bell, are you all right? Marcus. I'm good, Director. Just observing human behavior in familiar settings. Monroe nods once, then faces Collins. You've got some explaining to do. Collins's mouth opens, but no sound comes. The crowd outside has gone utterly still. The only noises are the faint hum of the idling SUVs and Linda's phone buzzing non-stop from comments. Clark lowers her hand from her radio, eyes flicking between Monroe and Marcus like she's watching the ground split beneath her. Monroe steps forward, her tone cool and clipped. Officer, hand over your body cam footage and your incident report now. Collins fumbles with the latch on his vest. Ma'am, this was all a misunderstanding. We received a call. Monroe interrupts sharply. A call doesn't give you permission to assume guilt, especially not when your dispatch already cleared his ID. She glances toward Clark. You verified it? Clark nods, quietly. Yes, Director. The ID, the registration, the address, everything matched. Monroe. Then why is my agent standing here humiliated in his own home? Collins swallows hard. It was procedure. Monroe's eyes narrow. Procedure doesn't require prejudice. The words hang heavy, each syllable measured. Clark shifts uncomfortably, while Howard, the HOA president, edges backward toward his lawn, hoping to disappear. Monroe spots him. You, she calls out. Howard freezes mid-step. You made the call? Howard stammers. I just wanted to keep the neighborhood safe. Monroe's gaze sharpens. Safe from what? From a man unloading groceries? Howard opens his mouth, then closes it again, no words coming. Marcus remains silent, his hands folded, the calm around him a sharp contrast to the chaos unraveling. Linda whispers to her viewers, Y'all, this is history in real time. Comments flood the screen. Accountability live. Don't look away. That agent's composure is unreal. Monroe turns to Marcus, her expression softening slightly. You want to press charges, Agent Bell? Marcus hesitates, eyes drifting toward Collins, then the neighbors still watching. No, ma'am. I want something more useful. Monroe raises a brow. And that is? Marcus. Education. Make sure this doesn't happen again to anyone. The line strikes deep. Even Clark lowers her gaze, her voice barely above a whisper. You didn't deserve this, sir. Marcus gives a faint nod. Few ever do. Collins finally finds his voice, bitter but subdued. You're just trying to make me look bad. Marcus's eyes meet his. You did that all by yourself. The room is dead, silent again, no one breathes. Monroe breaks it, voice steady but unrelenting. Officer Collins, you're relieved of duty pending review. Leave your weapon with Officer Clark and wait by your cruiser. Collins starts to protest, but the look in Monroe's eyes stops him cold. He unclips his belt, lays the firearm down, and steps outside, his career collapsing in real time before an audience of tens of thousands. Clark exhales, shoulders slumping. Director, if it's all right, I'll help ensure the report's accurate. Monroe nods. Do that. She glances around the living room once more, the medals, the folded flag, the grocery bag still leaking milk onto the floor. Agent Bell, she says softly, you shouldn't have to prove you belong in your own home. Marcus, yet here we are. Outside, the crowd begins to applaud softly first, Linda, then others. Phones stay raised, recording every second. Monroe gestures to her team to clear the scene. The SUVs pull out slowly, lights dimming. Clark walks to Marcus before leaving. For what it's worth, she says. Thank you for staying calm, Marcus answers. That calm wasn't peace, it was survival. Clark nods, ashamed but grateful for the honesty. Linda walks up to him, her live stream finally ending. You all right, baby? Marcus forces a small smile. I will be, but it's not just about me. She nods, setting a gentle hand on his shoulder. Then let's make sure the world hears it right. As the last cruiser rolls away, the street falls quiet again. The broken eggs still glisten under the porch light, small, fragile proof of everything that just shattered. Marcus steps inside, closes the door slowly, and exhales. His voice echoes. Some battles don't happen overseas. Some happen right at your doorstep. Morning light filters through half-drawn blinds. The chaos of the previous night feels almost unreal, except for the cracked eggs on the porch and the faint outlines of tire marks left by police cruisers. Marcus sits at his kitchen table, coffee cooling beside an untouched plate of toast. His phone won't stop vibrating, calls, texts, and notifications flooding in. Overnight, the video has gone viral. Millions of views, hundreds of news outlets requesting interviews. He scrolls through the comments, the mix of outrage and admiration forming a strange rhythm on his screen. He kept his dignity. That's what grace under pressure looks like. I hope that officer learns something. Marcus sets the phone down, expression unreadable. Fame wasn't the goal, it never is, when truth gets exposed by accident. A knock sounds at the door. He hesitates, then opens it. Clark stands outside in plain clothes, her badge clipped to her belt but turned inward. "May I come in?" she asks softly. Marcus steps aside. The silence between them carries the weight of unspoken reflection. She looks around the medals, the framed photographs, the folded flag. "You really served all 4 tours?" Marcus nods. "I did, and I came home thinking the hardest part was over." Clark exhales. "I turned in the report, told the truth, everything. Collins won't be back on the force anytime soon." Marcus studies her face. "That's a start. What about the system that made him think this was normal?" Clark doesn't answer immediately. "I can't fix the whole system," she says finally, "but I can change how I work inside it." Marcus gives a quiet nod. "Then that's something." Another car pulls up outside. Linda steps out carrying a small tray of breakfast. "You didn't eat last night," she says as she walks in without waiting for permission. Marcus smiles faintly. "You always know when someone's hungry." She sets the tray down. "And you always know when something bigger is brewing. You gonna speak out?" Marcus looks down at his coffee, then back up. "Not for views, for clarity. People need to see the full picture, not just a clip of anger or pain." Linda nods approvingly. "Then tell it your way, baby. You've got their attention now, give them understanding." She glances toward Clark. "And maybe, officer, you'll listen too." Clark nods quietly. "That's why I'm here." Later that day, Marcus stands outside his home again, this time in daylight, dressed simply in a t-shirt and jeans. A small cluster of reporters waits on the sidewalk, cameras rolling. He takes a breath before speaking. Last night wasn't about one man or one badge. It was about a moment how quick we are to fear what doesn't fit our expectation. I've faced hostility in combat zones, but never thought I'd meet it in my driveway. The reporters lean in closer, recording every word. "But I'm not here to accuse," he continues. "I'm here to remind. Dignity isn't a privilege, it's a right. And awareness is everyone's responsibility." He steps back slightly, letting the weight of his words settle. Linda watches from her porch, eyes bright with pride. Clark stands off to the side, arms folded, absorbing every syllable. When the cameras lower, Marcus turns toward his house once more. The sun catches the medals through the window, scattering light across the wall like fragments of quiet victory. He murmurs to himself, "Survival's not the same as peace, but maybe it's the first step toward it." Marcus Bell returned to duty 6 months later, leading a federal program on bias training and community relations. The footage from that night became a teaching tool in police academies nationwide. Some stories don't end when the cameras turn off. They echo in policy meetings, in classrooms, in living rooms where parents remind their children what to do if they're ever in Marcus's shoes. But stories like this aren't just about confrontation. They're about awakening. Because every time someone is forced to prove their humanity, the question isn't why it happened, it's why it keeps happening. And until that question stops needing to be asked, there's work to do. If this story moved you, share it. Let it spark a conversation that matters. Subscribe to Black Paradox Stories, where we uncover the unseen, amplify the unheard, and remind the world truth is never black and white.